Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to discuss the Cpget 2023 mathematics previous year questions. So the first question is, so the partial derivative of a function fx comma y is equal to x square y plus sin x plus cos y. So he is asking to find the partial derivative of a function with respect to x and with respect to y. So we will do, so the given function is fx comma y is equal to x square y plus sin x plus cos y. So what I did, I just partially differentiate the given function. So the fx is goes to, so dou by dou x into x square y plus sin x plus cos y. I just differentiate partially to the given function. So I get x square as a 2x if I differentiate partially, and sin x as a cos x, and there is no x terms are present here. So cos y is goes to 0. I get fx is equal to 2xy plus cos x. So similarly, if I partially derivative with respect to y, so dou by dou y into x square y plus sin x plus cos y. So here we are partially differentiating with respect to y. So the x square is as it is and y is goes to 1. So I get x square and sin x is goes to 0 because there is no y terms are here, plus cos y. Cos y, we know that cos y differentiation is minus sin y. So I get fy equal to x square minus sin y. So the second option is the correct option. We get fx is equal to 2xy plus cos x and fy is equal to x square minus sin y. So the second question is, so he is asking limit whenever limit extends to 0, sin x minus tan x divided by x cube. So we need to find the limit value of the given function. So I done one method. So that is, if you apply the limit directly, the sin 0 is 0 minus tan 0 is 0. The denominator is also 0. So we get 0 by 0 form. Whenever these type of cases are arrived, we simply use the L'Hospital's rule. So the L'Hospital's rule is nothing but we have to differentiate both denominator and numerator once. So if I differentiate the numerator and denominator once, I get sin x as a differentiation cos x and minus tan x differentiation is x square x and x cube differentiation is 3x square. So what I did, I again apply the limit. I get cos 0 is as a 1 minus sec square 0 also 1. So the denominator is 0. So here 1 minus 1 is 0. Again I get 0 by 0 form. So I applied again L'Hospital's rule. Means I have to differentiate numerator and differentiate once. So if I differentiate numerator once, I get cos x as a minus sin x and sec square x is 2 sec x into again sec x differentiation is sec x into tan x. So the denominator differentiation is 6x. So if you apply the limit again, you get 0 by 0 form. So similarly, we have to apply again the L'Hospital's rule. We will get function like this way. If you apply the limit here, we will get cos 0 is minus 1 and here tan 0 is there. Tan 0 is whole term goes to 0, but here sec square 0 and sec square 0 the both are goes to 1. So we get minus 2 here. The denominator is 6. So you will get minus 3 by 6. So if you cancel the terms, we get minus 1 by 2. So that is the answer for this question. So that is fourth option is the correct one for second question. So the third question is, if z is equal to f into x plus ct plus q pi x minus ct, then okay, he already provided the solution. He is asking the which one of the function, which one of the partial derivative function we will get the solution. So whenever these type of question come in examination, so I will tell you the one shortcut trick. If you done by using the methods how to solve the partial differentiation second order solution, we will get the solution like this only if you do one by one. But I will tell you one shortcut trick how to proceed. So whenever these type of question come, so you just observe this one x plus ct, you just take that one x plus ct and is equal to 0. You just write like this way, and take Ct as the right hand side, you will get x equal to minus Ct. And similarly, you just observe this one, x minus Ct, x minus Ct is equal to 0, and take minus Ct as a right side, you will get x is equal to Ct. So what you do, you just do one thing. So you have to take the quotients of x and t. So here the quotient of x is 1. There is no terms. So x quotient is 1 here and t quotient is minus 1. So you have to take the values and put in one by one equation. So which equation will satisfy the two conditions. So that is the partial derivative function of the given solution. So what I did, I just taking the quotient of this one and this one. Here 1 and minus c, here 1 and c. So I am taking these values first and putting in the first option. So I will get, if I, dou square z divided by dou t square. So here the quotient is minus c. So I just taking minus c square because here a square is there. So I am putting minus c, so whole square, I get it c square. So dou square z divided by dou x square. So here the quotient of x is 1. So here c square is equal to c square. The first condition is satisfied. Similarly, I will check second condition. The second condition is x is equal to ct. So if I put x coefficient, I will get c square. First I will keep t coefficients, so that is get c square here. Similarly, c square is equal to c square into x coefficient is 1, so that is gives c square is equal to c square. So similarly, the both conditions are satisfied for these partial differential equation. So if you check to other differential equations, it never be satisfied. So the correct option is 1 is the correct option for third question. So whenever these type of questions come, you just remember the shortcut, you definitely simply get the answer for this type of questions. So the fourth question is, if z is equal to log x square minus y square divided by x plus y square, then x dou z by dou x plus y dou z by dou y is equal to how much? He is asking. So this is similarly Euler function. So I will tell you how to proceed for these type of questions. So this question is very important. In mainly in Cpget, every time he is repeating these type of questions. So I will tell you the trick. So the question is, he is asking z is equal to log x square minus y square divided by x square plus y square, then x dou z divided by dou x plus y dou z divided by dou y. So what I did, I just consider these function. I taking log as a left hand side, I will get e power z. So equating with function f. So I am taking the value f as a e power z here, not this function. I am taking e power z. So I get f equal to e power z, and f dash is differentiation of e power z is again e power z. So there is a formula by Euler function. I just applying this formula, I will get the answer. So the formula is, we want this value here. N is the nth homogeneous differential equation. So here n is the nth homogeneous order of a function. Okay, so I am taking ez and e power z. If I substitute those values, I get like this way. Here you need to ask, what is the value of n? How can you write the 0? So what I did, I just simply write. So we have to find the homogeneous value by using this one. Okay, so homogeneous order, we are using this one, we have to find. So that is, if I consider fx as this one, if I substitute x of t comma y of t, so if I get t power n f of x comma y, then we say that the homogeneous function with nth order. If it is satisfied like this way, then we can say that the homogeneous function with nth order. So what I did, I just substitute these values in given function, and we have to check it. So how much order for these function? So that is x of t comma y of t is equal to t x whole square minus t y whole square divided by tx whole square plus ty whole square. If I taking t as a common, I will get t square in numerator and t square in denominator also. So I will get the function like this way: t square and denominator t square into x square plus y square. Similarly, you can see that here. So that t square is goes to cancel, and we get t power 0. I just writing the 0. T power 0 is 1. So and this is a function we already considered. This is a f. So this is a function I can write written as a f of x comma y. So clearly we can see that the order of homogeneous function is 0. So that's why I've written here n as a 0. So the whole function is goes to the value of this one is goes to 0. So that is the correct option for this question. So 0 is the correct answer for this fourth question. So the fifth one is, if fx comma y is equal to x to the power of 4 plus y to the power of 4 minus 2x square plus 4xy minus 2y square, then he is asking the partial derivative, second order partial derivative of a function. So this is very simple. So you just differentiate partially twice. So I will tell you. So this is a given function fx comma y is equal to x to the power of 4 plus y to the power of 4 minus 2x square plus 4xy minus 2y square. Then he is asking the partial derivative. So I just differentiate partially once. So we have to differentiating with respect to partially differentiating with respect to x here. So if I differentiate partially at once, so the x to the power of goes to 4x cube, and there is no x terms are present here, so that is goes to 0, and minus 2x square is goes to minus 4x if I differentiate partially. Then similarly, if I differentiate these term, it is goes to 4y, because only one x term is there. So there is no x term is there here, so it is goes to 0. So if I differentiate partially twice, so I will get 12x square here. So the 3 will come in front of x. So we will get 12x square plus there is no x terms are present here. So that is goes to 0 minus 4, only x term 1 is present. So we will get minus 4. So this is the second order partial differential equation of a given function. So the answer is minus 12x square, 12x square minus 4. So the third option is the correct one for this question. So sixth one, if x is equal to r cos theta, y is equal to r sin theta, then dou x comma divided by dou r comma theta. So this is clearly we can say that this is a Jacobian. So whenever these type of questions come, we can simply solve. So I will tell you how to proceed with that. This is a Jacobian of a functions. So this is a polar coordinate form. Okay, so I will tell you how to solve that one. So he already provided that x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta. Then we need to ask the value of this one. So this is the Jacobian equation. Whenever this type of function is there, we have to write in the matrix form, and we have to partially differentiate once with with respect to r and with respect to theta, and similarly for y we are differentiating partially with respect to r and with respect to theta. So if you differentiate like that way by using these function values, so we get cos theta minus r sin theta and sin theta r cos theta. So then we will find the determinant here. So we will get r cos square theta r sin square theta. What I did, I just take the common for r, and I get cos square plus cos square theta plus sin square theta as a 1. So I will get r as a answer for this question. So r is the correct option for this sixth question. So the seventh one is, limit x y tends to 0 comma 0 xy divided by under root of x square plus y square. He is asking the value of x, limit value of the second order function. So function two variable function, not second order, two variable function. So we need to find the limit value of these functions. So yeah, so that is, so you already provided the function and limit also. So what I did, if I do, you can do two methods. So if you apply directly limit in place of x and y, we will get 0 by 0 form. We already proved that L'Hospital's rule, whenever these type of case arrived, we just use the differentiate once numerator and denominator. You can do that way also. So what I did, I just take the simply x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta. Whenever I take, I have to change this function as the polar coordinates. So I will get limit r tends to 0, and I am substituting the xy values by using these values. So I will get r square cos theta sin theta. In denominator, I get under root of r square cos square theta, r square sin square theta. So I am taking the common, one r will be cancelled here. So the remaining term we will get r cos theta sin theta. If I apply the limit, I simply get it as a 0. So this is a simple way of solving these type of questions. So the answer is 0 is the correct option for these questions. So the eighth one is, if a by square is equal to x cube, then the value of ds divided by dx. So this is the direct one. So I will tell how to proceed with this type of questions. So he already provided a by square is equal to x cube. Then he is asking the ds by dx. So here the s is the surface of this function. So we have to, there is a formula for these type of questions. So ds divided dx is equal to under root of 1 plus dy by dx whole square. So what I did, I just consider these function as a 1. So I am differentiating the function. So I get 2ay dy is equal to 3x square dx. From by using this, I will get a value dy by dx 3x square divided by 2ay. I just simply substituting the dy by dx in place of this formula. If you remember this one, you directly get the answer. So I just substituting the dy dx value in this. So I will get under root of 1 plus 3x square divided by 2ay whole square. So this is the correct option for this question. So that is 3. 3 is the correct answer for this question. So ninth one is, the radius of curvature at point 3a by 2 comma 3a by 2 for the curve x cube plus y cube is equal to 3a xy. So for this we can do similarly by using the formula type, direct formula. So this question is very important. If you check the, if you analyze the previous year questions of Cpget, so every time by using the radius of curvature one question will come. So I will tell you how to proceed these type of questions. So the radius of curvature is asking the at a point. So whenever he is asking the point, so we have to use this one. This is a formula how to proceed. So I will tell you, you just differentiate the given function once. So you will get dy by dx as a y minus x square divided by y square minus ax. So you will get dy by dx. Similarly, you can differentiate again, you get d square y by dx square. You just substitute the values, and you already provided the xy value here. You just consider this as a x and y. He already told that at a point, so you just consider x as this one and y as this one. Just substitute the values in this given formula. You will get 3a divided by 8 root 2. So that is the answer. So that is the fourth option is the correct one for these question. So that tenth one is, the maximum value of a function fx comma y is equal to x cube y square into 1 minus xy is. So he is asking the maximum value. So whenever these type of maximum value come in two variable function, so we have to differentiate partially f of x, partially with respect to x and partially with respect to y. So we have to equate to the 0. So we will get some points, suppose a comma b and c comma d. This type of points we will get, and after that we have to differentiate twice fx comma x. I will give you the idea. The process is very big, so that's why I'm not going to solve. You can try, you definitely get it. So you can differentiate partially twice, so you will get function, some function. If you substitute these function, these point in this function, if you, the function is goes to less than 0 means that point is maximum point. So if the function is functioning value is goes to greater than 0, so that is minimum. So you can substitute one by one point, so you will get whether that point is a maximum or minimum. After getting that point, you just simply substitute the that point in the given function, you definitely get the maximum value. So you can try that one. I hope you can do it. So the second question is the correct one for this question. So 11th one is the minimum value of x to the power of 4 plus y to the power of 4 plus z to the power of 4 when x, y, z is equal to 64. So this is similar whenever he is asking minimum or maximum value by providing the two functions. So that is simply, you can just remember that that is a Lagrange's multipliers. That is a simple one. You just substitute. The calculation part is very high. I will tell you how to proceed, and I will give you idea also. So the 11th one is, so he is asking the minimum value. He already provided two functions, that is x to the power of 4 and this one also 64. So what it is, we have to apply the Lagrange's multipliers formula. So the method, how to proceed with this method. So I just consider as a, this is as a, this function as a f, small f, and these function as a g. So we can return as these two functions by using another function f is equal to f plus lambda g. So after writing these two function in this form, so you have to differentiate partially these function with respect to x, and with respect to y, with respect to z, with respect to lambda, and after that we have to equate to zeros. We have to equate to zeros. We get the sum points. I already told you. So we get these type of points a comma b and c comma d. We will get some points in terms of lambda. In terms of lambda, we will get some points. So we need to find the values of lambda. Then only we will get x y y x y z values. So for that, we have to substitute the points inside of these function. If you substitute the points inside of these function, we will get the lambda value, and after substituting the lambda value, you will get x y z values. So after that, you just substitute the point. You just substitute the point inside of these function. So I already the calculation part is very high. I already tried. I get minus 4 minus 4 minus 4 here. So if I was substituted this point inside of the given function, so I will get it minus 4 power 4. Similarly, 3 times we will get it. If I add that one, I will get 768. So that is the minimum value of the given function. So that is the 768. I will get the correct option for this question. So 12th one is the length of the arc of a parabola x square is equal to 4ay measured from the vertex to one extremity of a lateral septum. He's asking this length of a arc. So whenever these type of questions come, x square is equal to 4ay and y square is equal to 4ax. So this is a general thing. Directly you can say that this is the correct option for this. By you can do two methods. One is the arc length is direct general case like this only. If you solve by the theorem says that directly the answer is this one. So if you remember these type of things, you can directly take that one. So whenever this y square is equal to 4ax is there, the correct option is, yeah, this one. The second one is the correct option for y square equal to 4ax1. So, but he provided y x square equal to 4ax. So, the first option is the correct one for this. And if he asks that y square equal to 4ax means you can take this one. Okay, you should check it whether the function is inside of this or not. Yeah, the 13th question is, so if fx comma y is equal to xy into 4 x square minus 3 y square divided by x square plus y square. So whenever xy is not equal to 0 and 0 xy is equal to 0, he provided one two variable function. He is asking fxy is equal to 0. So this is very very important. I will simply tell how to proceed this. So the 13th one is, so you already given that function. So he's asking fxy. So in general case, whenever he is asking the fxy at point 0 0, he is asking. So at point 0 0, he is asking whenever any point, whatever the point, not in 0 0. So fx comma y a comma b. So we can return as that function as a like this way. So this is one type of formula type for these type of functions. We can partially differentiate x with respect to x and y. So what I did, I just substitute taking the values a equal to 0, b also 0. If I substitute those values in this formula, so I will get a goes to 0 and b goes to 0, and here a goes to 0, b goes to 0, everything is goes to 0. I will get the remaining term is like this way. And after that we have already function f. So I just substitute those values in this given function. So I will get here the two terms in place of h and k, both are there is non-zero. So we will get the function as like this way. But here if h comma 0 is there, so if you multiply y goes to 0, x is not goes to 0 but y goes to 0, so the whole term is goes to 0. So similarly 0 comma k, here the k is there but x is goes to 0. In x is goes to 0 but y value is k, so the whole term is goes to 0, and f of 0 comma 0, so the whole term is goes to 0. So the remaining term we will get like this way. And I just cancel these two hk, the both are similar. If you reciprocal do it for this, you will definitely get it. Hk and cancel, and the remaining term is like this way. So we already have the limit h tends to 0 and limit k tends to 0. I just apply the limit. This is very important. You have to apply the limit first, this one. If you apply the limit first, this one means you will get -3. That is wrong. So he is asking fxy. So you have to apply the limit first, limit k tends to 0. If you apply this one, this term and this term both are goes to 0. So the remaining term is 4h square divided by h square. So these two are go to cancel. We get 4 as a answer for this question. Yeah, 4 is the correct option for this question. And 14th one, the coordinate of the center of curvature at any point of a parabola y square equal to 4x. So this is also general case, so no need to do. It is a y square equal to 4ax. So if you need to, you directly know, like whenever x square equal to 4a, y point, coordinate point, you have to know these points. So that is a general case. And this one is also whenever the envelope of a family of lines y is equal to mx plus under root of 1 plus m square being a parameter. So here the c value is 1. So whenever the even that is the radius for this given function, so you get the unit circle for this. You can directly say that by solving simple trick. So we will get the unit circle for these type of questions. So that is the second one is the correct option for this question. So the 16th one is, this is very important. Every time these type of question come in Cpget exam. So the minimum value of 3x to the power of 4 minus 2x cube minus 6x square plus 6x plus 1 in the interval 0 comma 2. So he is asking the function of minimum value only in this interval. So if the point is outside of this interval, that is not a minimum value for this function. So I will explain simply way. So that is, he already provided the given function. So he is asking the minimum value of these function in this interval. So what I did, so whenever these type of one variable functions minimum values come, you have to proceed like this way. We have to differentiate once with respect to x, because we have only one x terms here. So I will get 12x cube minus 6x square minus 12x plus 6. So you have to equate this as a 0. You will get 3 points because it is a cubic polynomial. So you will get 3 roots or 3 zeros. So x equal to 1 minus 1 2 by 3. If you observe that in these 3 points, so the minimum value will be present. So we don't know whether 1 is minimum or minus 1 is minimum and 2 by 3 is minimum. So we have to find out which one is the minimum value for minimum point for these function, given function. So we have to find which one is the minimum one. So for before going to that, so he already provided that the interval is 0 comma 2. So here we get the negative value. So you can directly discard this one. So minus 1 will not work because we need a minimum point in between this interval. So 2 by 3 means 0 point something. So we will get in this interval only. So 1 is present, 2 by 3 is present. The two things are present inside of this interval. So either 1 or 2 by 3 as a minimum value for these functions. So we will check it whether which one is the correct one. So what I did for that, I just differentiate again. So for this function twice, so I get 36x square minus 12x minus 12. So whenever you are substituting the value, the point value inside of this, if it is greater than 0 means we can say that that is a minimum value. If it is less than 0 means we can say that that is the maximum value. So I just substituted those points, my 1 minus 1 2 by 3. I get both are greater than 0. Both are greater than 0 means 1 and minus 1 are a minimum point and 2 by 3 as the maximum value. So this case is not work, and this case is also not work. I already told you minus 1 is outside of the interval. So he already provided interval 0 comma 2. So it is outside of interval means we are not going to use that one. So only 1 is the minimum value for these function. So whenever we get the minimum value of the function, we just substitute the point inside of that function, we get the minimum value. So that is f of 1 will give you 2. If you substitute 1 as a year, we get 3 minus 2 minus 6 plus 6 plus 1. So clearly it will gives to 2 is the correct option. 2 is the correct answer for this question. So you will get 2. So third option is the correct one for this question. So 17th one is, so the evolute of the cycloside. Yeah. So you, this is the important statement, simple one. You don't need to waste the time in examination whenever this type of question come. You just remember the process is very big. If you are going to solve for these type of question that you never get directly, so you have to remember this is the general cases. Whenever the evolute of cycloside is always get the cycloside. So that is a direct one. So the surface area generated by the revolution about the x-axis of the curve y equal to fx x. Yeah, this is also simple general cases. These are, so if you take like graph like this way, so he is asking the revolution about the x-axis. So the revolution is happening in x-axis. The revolution is happening in x-axis at a point A to B. A to A to B. So whenever the revolution surface are generated by the revolution of the x-axis, we will get, we already have simply say that these are the x limits. So x equal to A and x equal to B. X equal to A and x equal to B, and we will, revolution is happening means that is a general case. We will get the value is 2 pi by, so we need to find the surface, right? So directly we will get integration x equal to a to b 2 pi by ds. So you have to remember these type of formulas. Similarly for this question is also same. So but here the two questions are same, but here he is asking about surface area, but here he is asking about volume of a solid generated. So for this option also direct general question. You just remember whenever the revolution is happening in x-axis and whenever the revolution is happening for y-axis, slight change is there. So you just remember that are the general cases. No need to solve. If you remember that one, you directly take the option. So this question, 20th question, z is equal to x cube plus y cube divided by 3x plus 4y is. So he is asking the which one is a, it is homogeneous function or non-homogeneous function. If it is homogeneous, then what is the degree of that homogeneous function? This is a simple one. I already told you whenever these type of homogeneous functions came, so we have to use like f of x2, f of xt and y of t. So and substitute in this given function, we will get t power some n and f of x comma y. So if it is happen, then we can say that this is a homogeneous function with nth degree. So I already solved this one, so I will show you. Yeah, this is a given function. In general case, I already written this one. So f of x comma t and y of t, I get t power n, and f of x comma y is a nth order homogeneous function. So if it is satisfied this condition means we can say that this is the homogeneous function. If it is not satisfied means we can say that this is non-homogeneous. If it is not means non-homogeneous. Okay. So I just substituted xt and yt in the given functioning value. So I will get t x cube and t y cube like this way. I just took the common of t cube and t and I cancel the two things. I will get t square here. So and again this is our function y z. So I've written as a z x comma y, and I get t square, means the degree order of the t square is 2. So this is the second order of homogeneous function. So we can clearly say that it is satisfying that condition and we get the second order. So we can say that that is a second order homogeneous function. So this option is the correct option for this question, homogeneous function of degree 2. We already solved that. So the 21 question is the differential equation obtained by eliminating the arbitrary constants a and b from the y is equal to ex a cos theta plus b sin theta. So for this question you can do two or three methods, whatever you like, but I always prefer one method. I will tell you, this is the competitive exam, so we need to reduce the time to solve. We have, because the time is very less for Cpget, only 90 minutes. So that means each question is less. For each question 100 questions and 100 marks, and there is no negative marking. Only time duration is 90 minutes, means each question has less than 1 minute. So we have to solve the question very fastly. So we always prefer direct method or simple method. So I will prefer, if you check it, the auxiliary equation roots for this one and this one and this one, it will goes to too long time. So we will not prefer not like that. So here if you observe the conditions whenever writing the complementary function, so we will get here one coefficient 1 and here the coefficient 1. So clearly the roots of the auxiliary equation is 1 plus or minus I. Okay, so the roots of a m values are 1 plus or minus n. So if you remembering the conditions, how to write the complementary function, so you can simply say that m value is 1 plus or minus n. Okay, so whenever complex roots are arrived, then only we can written as the complementary function cos in terms of cos x and sin x. Okay, so I will tell you, that is 21st question. So he already provided y equal to e power x a cos x plus b sin x. So for this we get the auxiliary roots are 1 plus or minus I. So for I am checking one by one option for I am checking one by one option for these question. So I am taking the axle. I am finding the axle roots of this one and this one. Which one will match the given auxiliary roots? So that is the function for the solution of a differential equation. So what I did, I just take the first option and I've written as a in the form of auxiliary equation. I get m square minus 2m plus 2. If you find the roots of this function, we will get the 1 plus or minus I. So that is the correct, that first option is the correct one for these 21st question, because it is satisfying the both the condition. If you find the axial roots, we will get same like this way. So that is the correct option for this 21 question. So 22 is, so he provided one differential equation. He is asking the solution for this differential equation. See, whenever differential equation question come, so the simplest method you can do is exact method. So if you try to proceed this method, you can solve any question of differential equation less than 1 minute. Okay, so I will tell you how to proceed the exact method. So the given differential equation is e power y plus 1 cos x dx plus e power y sin x dy equal to 0. So it is in the form of m dx and plus n dy. So when we say that that is exact, we have to differentiate partially with respect to for m, and for n we can differentiate partially with respect to x. If both are equal, then we can say that that is exact. Okay, so that is exact, and solution is in the form of integration of m dx and integration of n dy. Here only the now if x terms are present with y's, we are the integration simply 0. If y terms are alone, so then only we can differentiate, we can integrate here. Okay, so I just comparing with these two equations, I will get m value as a this one and n value as a this one. So I just differentiate partially, I will get dou m by dou y value is e power y cos x, and dou n by dou x value is e power y cos x. So this we can say that this given equation is a exact differential equation. So for that what I did, I will do the solution. I want a solution for these differential equations. So I need to integrate these given differential equation. So I just apply the integration for this equation. So I will get like this way if I apply the integration. We can clearly say that if you integrate, this is the y term, so we don't need to do anything for this. So I just integrate cos x, I get sin x. So this here we can observe that. So I already told you whenever y terms are there in the x terms are present with y terms, so that integration will goes to 0. So this is the condition for integrating the exact differential equation. It is goes to 0. We will get as a C. So this is the correct answer for this question. This question, that is second option is the correct one for this question. So 23 one, the solution of the differential equation 3xy plus y square dx plus x square plus xy dy is equal to 0. He provided one initial condition also. So we have to solve the differential equation and we have to apply the initial condition, boundary condition. So we will get the answer. So you can do many methods. So not only exact method, but I always prefer the exact method. I already told you why I am using exact method. You can simply do that one. Okay, so if you try for exact method, if it is satisfied me, then that's fine. If that is not satisfied means we can multiplying with integrated factor also. So this is a given differential equation. So if I did directly, so dou m by dou y will give you here 3x plus 2y. Here we get dou n by dou y is 2x plus y. So the both are not equal. So it is not exact. So then how can we proceed? So we have to multiply the integrator factor. Integrator factor to equating the two dou n by dou x and dou m by dou y both are equal. So if both are equal means then we can say that in the time that is the exact differential equation. So I directly find out that x as if you multiply with x, the given differential equation is going to in the form of exact differential equation. So what I did, I just simply multiply x as both sides in this given differential equation. So I will get 3x square y plus xy square into dx and x cube plus x square y dy is equal to 0. So I just differentiate partially with respect to y here. So dou m by dou y will give you 3x square plus 2xy and dou n by dou x will give you same. So these differential equation is goes to exact by multiplying the integrative factor. We can say that this is the integrative factor. When the differential equation is not exact means if you multiply with integrative factor, that differential equation is goes to exact. So we you can ask how can we find the integrated factor? There are many methods to find integrated factor. If you remember that methods, you can directly find out the integrated factor. So our differential equation is goes to exact now. So we have to integrate for finding the solution. We have to integrate this solution, these differential equation. Then only we will get solution of differential equation. So I just integrating these differential equation. So I will get here x cube by 3. So 3 get cancelled. X cube y plus x square by 2 y square plus this. Here you can observe that here y terms are there. So which is not possible to integrate this one. So it is goes to 0 clearly. X terms are present here, so we cannot differentiate this one. So it is goes to 0 by conditions of a exact differential equation. I already told you. So we will get that if the solution is like this way. After that he already provided one in boundary condition. If you apply that one, you will get c value as a 3 by 2. So if you substitute the c value, you will get and simplify, you will get the solution like this way. So this is the solution for given differential equation. So the third option is the correct one for 23 question. So the 24 one, this is the direct one. So if you observe if you observe carefully, so this is the in the form of linear differential equation. So if it is in the form of these p1x is equal to q1, we can say that this is a linear differential equation. first order linear differential equation. So in that time the integrator factor is directly goes to e power p1a dy. Okay, so if we mention here dy by dx and here one, if it is differential equation in the form of dy by dx plus p of y is equal to q, so then we can say that the integrator factor is e power p dx. You, this term is very very important. You are doing with respect to independent variable x or y. So if you are doing here, we will get in the independent variable, the denominator variable we will get here x is there, y is there, so we will get the y. Here x is there, so in the time if we asking about this one, so we will get the correct option, this one. Okay, this option is not present here, but in general case I am telling, whenever if he ask like that way, so you will pick that this is the correct one. But here in this question he is asking the in terms of y independent variable, so we will get fourth option as the correct one. So 25th one is 5x cube plus 12x square plus 6y square dx plus 6xy dy is equal to 0. So he is asking again the solution. So in differential equation, if you learn one or two method to find the solution, so you simply score in exam. So that is a very simple one. If I suggest you, if you need to learn fully, if you need to score more for this exam, so if you studied linear algebra and differential equations perfectly, you definitely get good score in this exam. So that is very important and simple thing, time reducing things, you can directly take the answer without calculating many things. That linear analysis is also good one, but it is calculation part, you need to do many things for this. We have to find a solution for this differential equation. So he's asking the solution. Similarly, I will proceed with exact only, because that will reduce the time for me, so that's why I prefer that method. So he provided the given differential equation like this way. So if you do del dou m by dou y similarly, so it is not exact, so in that time I need to find the integrator factor. So I identified already, the integrator factor is x. So if I multiply with the x in both terms, both sides, we will get the differential equation is goes to exact. So I identified, I multiplied with x, so I will get 5x to the power of 4 plus 12x cube plus 6 y square x into dx plus 6x square y into dy is equal to 0. So I just partially differentiate for m, I consider as m this one. So I already told you how to proceed for finding exact differential equation. So dou m by dou y is equal to 12xy is equal to dou n by dou x. I will get like this way. So we can say that in that time this differential equation is exact, exact differential equation. So for finding solution, what I did, I just integrating these given differential equations, I will get the solution. I just apply the integration in both sides and I just integrated. I get x to the power of 5 and 3x4, 3x to the power of 4 and 3x square y square is equal to constant c. So you can clearly see that here x terms are present. If y is alone means, then we can integrate this one. So here x terms are present, so this is goes to 0, so only these terms will be present here. So this is the solution for the given differential equation. So the fourth option is correct one for these differential equation. 26 one is an integrator factor of a given differential equation. He is asking the integrator factor of a differential equation. So I already told you. So if you clearly see that, so the he is asking the integrator factor of these differential equation. So if you divided by 1 minus x square in both sides, you will get like this way, integrate the differential factor. So if you, I already told you, whenever these type of differential equation is there, differential equation in the form of like this way, we can say that this is a linear differential equation with respect to independent variable x. Okay, so I will get px as a this one and q as a this one. So for finding integrated factor also, I will tell, I already told you integrated factor is like this way. So we have to take e power p dx is equal to, I just we consider compare with this one, we will get p as a this one, e power integration of x by 1 minus x square dx. If I integrate that one, I get log, I just apply the 2 here and I get 1 by 2 here. So if I integrate with respect to this one, I will get like this way. Here minus is there, so we will get minus. It is get log of 1 minus x square minus 1 by 2. So log and e will be cancelled. I will get 1 by under root of 1 minus x square. So that is the integrated factor of the given differential equation. That is option 3 is the correct one for 26 question. And 27 one is he provided already one differential equation here, and he is asking the e power 2x divided by d minus 2 and d minus 3. So for this we need to find the, it is one type of finding the particular integral. For homogeneous function we are finding the particular integral method. Okay, so there is a method for e power 2x and e power 3x or whatever sin x and cos x. There are methods for finding particular integral. So if you apply that one, you can directly get it. So I will tell you how to proceed whenever e power 2x is there, e power ax in general case, e power ax. So if I multiply this d minus 2 and d minus 3, I will get d square minus 5d plus 6. So if I substitute directly 2 as a in this denominator terms, I will get 2 minus 2 and 2 minus 3. So this 2 minus 3, 2 is goes to 0. So in the term, the term whole term is goes to infinity. So we cannot do that one. That is not possible to go infinity. So we have to, what we do by using the method of for finding the particular integral, we just differentiate, multiply with x and differentiate the e power 2x. So in the time I will get 2x e power 2x. If I multiply with x, I get x, and if I differentiate e power 2x, I will get 2x e power 2x, and we have to differentiate with respect to x for this term also. So we know that d minus 2 and into d minus 3 is d square minus 5. If I differentiate this one, I will get 2d minus 5. Okay, so then you have to apply again two value here. If it is satisfying means then that's fine. If it is again going to infinity means you have to you apply the same type. You have to multiply with x and you have to differentiate numerator and denominator once. Okay, so that way. So if I apply the 2 as a here, I will get 2 into 2 minus 5 and 2x e square x. So here 4 minus 5 means minus 2x e power 2x. So this is the particular integral value of the given differential equation. So that is minus 2 minus 2x e power x. Okay, yeah, I think there is a mistake here. Oh, here we no need to differentiate for e power 2x. Okay, so no need. So we don't get 2 here in numerator. So we directly get minus x e power 2x. Okay, so we no need to differentiate e power x. You just multiply with x and differentiate denominator. No need to differentiate these term. Okay, if you differentiate you will get 2. So I did a mistake here. So okay, so you will get minus x e power 2x. That is the correct one for these options. 27 one, and 28th question is asking d cube minus 14d plus a. Yeah, this is simple one. Axel equation, you just substitute the values. I will tell you how to proceed. So he already provided d cube minus 14d plus a y is equal to 0. So for finding auxiliary equation we have to consider this d as a m. If you consider d as a m, you will get the cubic equation like this way. If you find the roots of these cubic equation, you get minus 4 comma 2 plus or minus root 2. So that is the auxiliary equation roots of a given differential equation. So the second option is correct for this question. And yeah, if you really enjoy the video, then try to like the video